Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel where I talk about all things sustainable, eco-friendly, and consumer conscious. Today on the channel, I will be decluttering everything from my closet. It's a well overdue process, and because it's spring, I wanted to get into it. As you know, I've been following the 2020 We Have Plenty challenge this year so far, and I've also committed to a low buy year in 2020. So I've been following all of these hashtags, and so far I've really enjoyed the process. So lately I found that I don't like a lot of the clothes that I have when I look at my closet, so a declutter is going to be really useful. I also know that a lot of my clothing is very old. Like, I have some things that I've had since college, or like things that are at least 7 years old that just don't apply to my lifestyle anymore. And I just need to get rid of them and either replace them or decide if I can live without that type of item. So let's go declutter. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you like anything about sustainability or conscious living or even gray hair, please consider subscribing down below and giving this video a thumbs up. If you're a subscriber, thank you for joining me once again. Please make sure to like this video to make sure it gets shared with the wider community and helps me spread my message of sustainability. So as you can see here, we're not going to touch the top part because that is my husband's clothing. He can deal with that himself. But here and over here, we are gonna take it all completely apart and completely declutter it. Because of this challenge, what it's actually made me do is evaluate all the things that I have and completely declutter my life. One of the goals I talked about in that video is just simplifying my life and living a more conscious lifestyle. So this declutter process is going to be kind of getting me onto that road of simplifying my closet in this case and making my life easier, in that it'll be easier for me to get dressed in the morning if I don't have to go through racks of things and instead go through fewer racks of things. I also recently found that I was looking at my closet and actually not liking a lot of the things that I bought, because some of the clothes, believe it or not, in my closet are still there from college. You know, I'm 33, I've been out of college for 10 years and they're still there. Not getting a lot of use, but for some reason I'm having a really hard time with letting go of these things. So today I'm gonna try to just take them out of the closet and either put them in a box or actually get rid of them. We'll see how much I actually get done. I'm going to start with the things I am definitely keeping because I have either recently bought them so I know I like them, or I need them for work, or I just love them. So I'm definitely keeping this. It's my most recent purchase actually, and falls into my 2020 We Have Plenty rules. It's vintage and I like it. I think I'm gonna keep this jacket because it's a very good jacket to kind of wear for interviews. So if I ever have an interview, I would wear this jacket because it's pretty nice. It's also really nice to dress up a little black dress, which I actually don't have, but I think I'm gonna keep it for now. This jacket is of really poor quality and it's really old, and I don't find myself reaching for it at all, so I think I am going to have to let it go. What was I thinking? I don't even know. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought this jacket. I don't know if you can see, but it's like this lime green color. It's very cropped and it's just so not my style anymore, and I have not reached for it in over 5 years, so I think I'm gonna just let it go. This jacket has a really special place in my heart because it was made to order. It's actually a suit with a skirt. It was made in Mongolia by a good friend, and all of this embroidery is handmade. Just like look at this detail, it is gorgeous. And it's got this silk inlay in here, and it's just pretty. Like, the fabric of the actual suit is not the best quality, but I'm not gonna give it up because it has memories And also I do like to wear it sometimes as separates, especially the skirt. I'm going to show you the skirt. Very pretty. It's just like a pencil skirt. So I'm not ready to get rid of this just yet. Another gorgeous skirt. It's a little big for me. I think I was a bit bigger when I had this made, but it's beautiful. I'm not throwing it out. This shirt, as you can see, I obviously wore it recently. It's a shirt by Theory, and you know, it's a great basic, it's great quality. It's a little bit oversized, which I like, so that's a keeper. Wool trousers by Acne that you've seen in my previous video where I had them wear. These I got off Vestiaire Collective last year. I'm taking these off hangers because I realized these are cashmere sweaters and for some reason they're in hangers. I don't know who put them there, not me. They're all keepers, I just have to fold them. A couple other bottoms that I got on Vestiaire Collective. These are Stella McCartney pants, and this is a Nina Bing silk skirt, and I love them both. I'm keeping them. Over here I've got a couple of silk kind of camisoles inside. This one again is Nina Bing. This white one was one of my last fast fashion purchases. It's also silk, but it is Massimo Dutti. And this one is a Reformation silk camisole. I'm keeping them all because two of them I got on Vestiaire Collective, and this one is just new and I like it. I have these two very basic black shirts that are kind of inserts for suits. They both, like this one came from H&M and this one came from Club Monaco, so obviously not sustainable fashion, but they're really old. I've had them for about, I would say 7 years, and they're serving their function, so I'm gonna keep them. So now I'm gonna move on to things that I'm not sure about keeping, or they're really old and I need to replace them. This shirt. This shirt I've had for so long. It has holes in it, like this. But I love it. It's so comfortable. I've had it for years and years and years. 10 years to be precise. But it's just falling apart, so I have to let it go. This little piece, I'm not sure what I was thinking when I bought it. It's just, you know, it's all beads, so they're constantly falling apart. I don't know what I was thinking. It's from Zara. It doesn't suit my frame at all. It has to go. I'm gonna switch gears to the long closet over here that has most of my dresses and things like that. Let's get into it. Most of the things that are in this closet I actually really enjoy, so I don't think I'm gonna be decluttering it that much, but there's a couple of pieces I know for sure I need to get rid of, so let's go. I got this beautiful dress this Christmas, again on Vestiaire Collective, and it's a velvet dress, and I think it's gonna be my Christmas dress from now on because I really like it. The reason I'm not keeping this shirt is because of all the damage over here. It's really old. It doesn't quite fit that well, and it's got holes all over because it wasn't good quality. Both of these pieces I love, but I got them with the idea that I'm gonna somehow fit into them later, and it just didn't happen, so they have to go. So that's it, just a couple of pieces out of this closet, so let's move on to my jeans and pants.
I have a lot of light blue jeans, and they also have different functions. A pair of red pants, two pairs of black pants, and these ripped 501s. And I also have, you know, the other jeans. These ones here are really old that I got from Zara, I think like 15 years ago, I swear. And they're pretty ripped up. I think I am going to have to get rid of them.
I'm also pretty proud of this drawer because it's got all my sweaters and I use them all regularly. And some of them are really old. This one is my newest addition for a secondhand sweater. In fact, all of these are secondhand. This one is secondhand. And the rest I've just had for a really long time. I'm not getting rid of any of my sweaters.
This is my t-shirt drawer. These shirts are all good. These are all undershirts. A lot of these shirts are really old and need replacement.
So that is the end of my declutter of my clothing. I have a pile this big of clothing that I can actually either sell or have a clothing swap. And I have a littler pile like this of clothing that definitely needs to go because it's just damaged or it's really old, so it's worn through. So I think that's pretty successful. I also, through this process, actually kind of cleaned up my closet so it looks a lot nicer. The one important, I guess, maybe in the grand scheme of things, it's not that important, but the one thing I found was that my clothing is very dark. My closet is really dark. It's mostly black with like few very muted colors thrown in here and there. I need to lighten it up, especially with this new gray hair. I cannot be really dark anymore. I need to have a few pinks or some kind of white tones here and there. I thought I have a lot more white than I actually do. So that kind of opened up my eyes. So I need to get that under control. Another useful thing that came out of all of this is I pretty much found out that it's probably impossible for me to do a no-buy year, so I'm really glad that I didn't commit to that. But I also found that it's probably going to be really hard for me to do a low-buy year. I think as far as winter clothes, I'm pretty set up because I spent the past winter and fall kind of building my wardrobe. However, the spring and summer, I'm gonna struggle with not buying things. I have some things from last year that I know are gonna work, but if it's a really hot summer, I'm gonna need to get a few things. So I'm definitely gonna be over the 20 things amount this year. However, what this challenge has brought my attention to so far is how little I actually need. I'm the type of person, like I said before, that reaches for the same type of item all the time, and I get attached to items, not for sentimental values, but for comfort values. And I actually found that I don't need a lot of clothes because I don't end up going through all of them, if that makes sense. So a capsule wardrobe actually works really, really well for me. I haven't been setting one up, but unintentionally, that's what I do. I basically have a set of things that I mix and match all the time. However, I also figured out that the quality of the item has become really, really important for me, not just in terms of ethics and materials usage from like the environmental standpoint, but also from my personal standpoint. Like, I really enjoy a well-made garment, and I would rather have one well-made garment of a type like a t-shirt than several of similar type of garment that are like of the bad type of quality. I found that I'm really good with sweaters. I really do love all my sweaters, and they're all really good quality because they're either made from cashmere from the time that I lived in Mongolia, that's where I got them, or they have been recent purchases, secondhand or ethical fashion or like locally made sweaters, and I really enjoy them. And I'm not getting rid of any of my sweaters this time. My pants as well, like especially my jeans, I'm still on the lookout for the perfect jean, and it just hasn't happened for me, and that's why I have so many variations of the blue jean. I have the ripped 501s, I have the regular 501s that are slightly bigger, I have the wedgies that I'm wearing now, but they're a little short, and I just haven't found the perfect jean yet. I'm still on the lookout. I'm really looking forward to my trip to Toronto this summer to go to all the vintage shops that I can possibly go to find the perfect pair of jeans. I know it may not happen, but I will probably enjoy the process in the meantime. I'm never gonna be a minimalist. That's just not something that's in me, I don't think. However, I'm not an excessivist either. I like certain types of clothing, and when I'm comfortable with a certain type of item, I tend to wear it all the time. I also get really attached to pieces, not because they have a story or anything, but because I'm really comfortable in them. And if I'm really comfortable in them, and if I feel like myself in them, I tend to wear them a lot more. I also found that I'm really more into pieces that can take me to work, but also have me go anywhere I want on the weekend. Like, I would never wear jeans to work, but like black jeans I would. So my workplace is pretty casual that way, so I can wear, I don't have to look specifically for office wear. That's something I think I'm gonna stop buying from now on. Another challenge so far in the Low Buy 2020 challenge has been actually not buying things. I said in my previous video where talking about my low buy rules that I'm not a shopper. However, I found out since that I actually am. I just don't buy things, but I shop a lot, especially online. I get an idea sometimes of a thing I want, and I can spend hours looking through online shops looking for that thing. And that is just not a healthy way of spending my time. It's not very productive because I actually often don't end up buying a thing. And I just am always thinking about buying stuff, and that's not healthy either. And that's something I need to keep working on. So rather than focusing on the number of items I've bought so far or not bought so far, I'm gonna try to focus on actually not shopping, even if it's like not physically shopping, not going online, unsubscribe from things that are telling me if a certain thing is on sale. I'm gonna really strictly stick to the list that I have made at the beginning of the year of the things I need to buy. And it's gonna be tough, but I need to do it because my consumption, as it turns out, is actually at a pretty high level, and I didn't realize it until I started paying more attention to it. So these are my thoughts kind of on my low buy progress so far and my declutter that just happened today. I really enjoyed decluttering. It gave me a new sense of peace and kind of clean environment, so to speak, or tidy environment. And it really opened up my eyes to how little I actually need, and I'm happy about it. I hope you enjoyed going through this process with me and my rambling thoughts today, and I hope you come back next time when I'm gonna look at my jewelry and declutter that business. Thank you for watching again. See you again next time. Bye. So semi-casual, like business casual, is that what you would call it, or semi-casual outfits? I'm looking that way because my cat is teeter-tottering on a space that's like this big. It's making me nervous.